Imagine flying a fragile wooden biplane into the dead of night, gliding just meters above enemy lines, engines off, invisible in the darkness, hunted by Nazi aces armed with the latest fighters. These women did it, night after night. The Germans called them Nachthexen, the night witches. To their enemies, they were pure terror. But to their country, they were the 588th Night Bomber Regiment, the only all-female combat aviation unit of World War II. It started in 1941. The Soviet Union was desperate, planes lost, men dying at the front. And in the chaos, Marina Raskova, Russia's own Amelia Earhart, convinced Stalin to let her form 3 all-women air regiments. One would become the legendary Night Witches. They had no radar, no parachutes, no radios. Their planes, the outdated Polikarpov Po-2, were little more than plywood and canvas crop dusters. The military called them coffins with wings. But that didn't stop these women. By night, they soared, dodging searchlights, anti-aircraft fire, and Messerschmitts, dropping bombs by hand, sometimes making up to 8 sorties in a single shift. How did they become so feared? Here's the secret. To avoid detection, they'd idle their engines and glide silently toward the target before releasing their bombs. The only warning, a faint, eerie whoosh overhead. German soldiers, terrified, said it sounded like broomsticks sweeping through the sky. Thus, the legend of the Night Witches was born. They were all volunteers, some barely out of high school. Many had trained as glider pilots, so they were skilled at reading the terrain, compensating for the simplest cockpit instruments, and above all, flying with nerves of steel. Their uniforms? Men's oversized hand-me-downs. Boots wrapped in rags to make them fit. They cut their hair short to fit under their aviator caps. But make no mistake, they were deadly. The Night Witches became masters of psychological warfare. The Germans grew so paranoid that any sound of fluttering fabric at night was enough to send their anti-aircraft crews into a frenzy. At the height of their terror, the Nazis promised an Iron Cross to any pilot who could shoot down a Night Witch. But that was easier said than done. See, the Po-2 biplanes were so slow, barely reaching 100 miles per hour, that faster German fighters had trouble locking on. The wood and canvas construction didn't trigger radar, and their low-altitude attacks eluded even the keenest spotlights. Still, it was dangerous work. If shot down, capture by the enemy meant almost certain death, or worse. Over 4 brutal years, the Night Witches flew more than 23,000 missions, dropped over 3,000 tons of bombs, and became some of the most decorated women of the war. Their regimental commander, Yevdokiya Bershanskaya, led them through the bitter winter of Stalingrad, the fire-bombed nights over the North Caucasus, and the push toward Berlin. Nadezhda Popova, one of the most celebrated pilots, sometimes flew 18 missions in a single night. The danger was constant, not just from the Germans, but also from their own side. Soviet higher-ups, blinded by sexism, doubted these women at every turn. But the numbers didn't lie. 30 of their members were awarded the title Hero of the Soviet Union, some posthumously. But recognition was hard-won. Their achievements were dismissed, their stories nearly forgotten. Yet, the Night Witches' legacy endured, whispered in the barracks and trenches, inspiring generations of women to take the controls now and never turn back. Imagine being 19, bombing Nazi supply lines under fire, with only gut instinct and a hand-drawn map to guide you home. That was a Night Witch. And when the war finally ended, many came home as heroes, only to hang up their wings forever. Why? The world wasn't ready for what they'd accomplished. So, next time you hear the wind rustling at midnight, Remember, it might just be the echo of Broomsticks, reminding us of the night witches who cast fear across a continent, not with magic, but with bravery and the roar of wings in the night. Their courage didn't need a spotlight, but their story deserves to be told. Will you remember the night witches? Or will you just listen for the sound, waiting in the dark?